What's up guys, it's Danny B here, and here it is. I have it, it's here now, we're gonna use it. This is the Synido Live Dock A30. This is the upgraded live dock from the previous Synido A20. Big box difference here, right? So as you know, we're gonna go over some things, some specs, how I use this, how I used to use this, I still use this, but how this is gonna come into play more, better with my DJ mixes. Let's talk about it. No, seriously, let's talk about it. All right guys, here it is, the A30 from Synido. Fairly new, released December 1st, 2025. So I guess you could say it's fairly new. It's a few months old, right? But Synido reached out to me and they said, hey, first of all, they reached out and asked if we wanted to receive the Synido A20 and do a review of it. I told them, hey, look, I've been using this. I love it. Thanks anyway. And they said, well, hey, we have the new A30. Would you be interested in reviewing this one? I said, absolutely. If it's new, I'd love to see what it can do so you can compare it to the A20, right? Coming in at $99.99. What a steal for this. Cheap bargain for this. I'm dropping stuff, but this thing is phenomenal. And I'm gonna show you everything that comes in the package here. So you've got your transmitter, and you'll notice a 1/4 inch on this, and I'm gonna explain why. And here is your live dock. 6 ounces this thing weighs. Throw it in your gig bag and you forget about it, right? 6 hours of battery life. That's the main difference with this thing. You know, the A20 was powered directly by the device you had it connected to, iPad, iPhone, Android, and it was not wireless. This is totally wireless, utilizing that 5.8 gigahertz frequency band, so you get more of a stable connection. But check this out, 20 meters, 65 feet, right? Am I doing that right for you people over the pond? 65 feet range with this thing. Are you ever gonna need 65 feet? Probably not. Here's my DJ booth right here. If anything, I'm gonna be 7 feet recording a live mix. But I think where that 65 feet would come in handy is if you had somebody like an assistant at an event, at a wedding, you know, and say they take your iPhone with this hooked into it and take it out onto the floor and record some action while getting that live feed from your YAMAHA mixer, which I'm not promoting them, but you heard me say that. I do utilize the YAMAHA MG12XU. It's not a digital mixer, but I love this thing. I thought about going digital with the Behringer XR 12, but I just can't part with this thing yet. This thing's been with me for years, and I just have, you know, the feel for this board. I know where everything's at. I'm just not really in the mood to learn something new right now. What else comes in the box is this super sturdy, extra long USB-C right here. This will plug into the live dock. And then over here you have a dual, you will see it here. It's tethering right there. So you will have your lightning cable for you old school iPhone users. Take that off and now you've got your USB-C, which is what I will be utilizing. And also in the box, they do give you a USB-A to dual USB-C charging cables. So you could charge both of them at the same time without eating up 2 of your slots on your USB brick, right? So as I mentioned, coming in at 6 ounces, this thing is totally light. You will see here that on the top of this machine here, it does have where you're gonna send this out to either your iPad or your iPhone, if it focuses right there. And then on the bottom here, you have your microphone input, your headphone monitoring, and then obviously your charging port right there. 6 hours, 6 hours of battery life. That's more than enough juice for any event, if you ask me, especially weddings, which is what we do, right? Typical dance session is about 4 hours. Every now and then we'll go 5 hours, but you know, you're covered with this. But what I wanted to mention about that 1/4 inch is who this was specifically made for, and that is for live musicians and bands, electric guitarists, electric bass players, keyboard players. You know, all those instruments have 1/4 inch. So they're moving around stage, they're playing, they're jamming, and it's sending that signal directly to here and then out to whatever they're recording to. But this is adaptable for DJs. So as mentioned, most external mixers do have 1/4 inch. YAMAHA MG12XU, as I mentioned, is what I've been using. Ton of 1/4 inch outputs, and it does have a stereo out for this. So I've already tested it. this thing plugs directly into the stereo out, and it goes directly, feeds directly into the live dock and captures that perfect sound. So what I would suggest, let me start off with what I don't suggest. I don't suggest using the native camera on your recording device, whether that be an iPad, an Android, or an iPhone. The reason I say that is because you have no gain adjustment on this thing, right? You'll see a volume button up here, but that's strictly for Bluetooth. If you're Bluetoothing to this is how you control the volume. You cannot control the volume, the output of this, to your recording device. Filmic Pro is what I've always used, and the reason I say that is because it's got so many fine tuning adjustments within the app. One of those is your audio meter, so you could tell whether or not you're peaking, you're super in the red, or you don't have enough, or you're in that sweet spot. And you do that by maintaining your gain right here on your external mixer. So you can, before you hit record, you can just play a song, see where your gain's at, adjust it there, and know that that's usually the sweet spot that you're gonna be at. And then you can fine tune it right here with your channel fader, however you see fit, right? So I could tell you all about the 24-bit, 96 kilohertz lossless audio that this thing has, which it's good that it has it, but honestly, if you're like me, you're not recording for a major record label, you're not, obviously you're not a Spotify, playlist guy or whatever like that. You're not uploading to Spotify or anything like that. Nobody by the human ear is gonna tell you that your audio is at the wrong bit rate or whatever, right? So you're just usually uploading for quick social media stuff, whether that be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or any other platform like that. You just wanna record that mix. And trust me when I say this, when I did a sample recording, when I first got this out of the box, the sound was perfect. I even sent it to DJ James King right here on YouTube, and I said, check this out, this is the new A30, and he said, damn, that sounds good. He didn't say to me, hey man, you're a kilobyte off, or anything like that. So he said it sounds good. So what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and unbox this. It's already totally unboxed. I just gotta get one more cable. We're gonna hook it up to the tripod here. I'm gonna show you how I hook it up, what I use, and then we'll do a quick sound test. I'll move around the garage, kind of show you things of how I'm not tethered to my DJ equipment and how this could probably work for you. So right now, let's get everything hooked up and check it out. All right guys, so let me show you first how I have this hooked up. So as you can see here, I have your standard lighting tripod, or whatever kind of tripod you're looking for with the 1/4-inch adapter. This one goes up to like 10 feet high right here. So I want to show you, I've got one of these small rig clamps that just clamps onto the tripod. And then I've got a standard phone holder, and there is the live dock with the cable going up to the iPhone. You can probably see me in frame there, and then with just another phone holder. So very clean, very neat. On the bottom there, you will see that I do have the Rode Me mic, and that's it hanging right there. That is the receiver, because I'm going to do an example of how it sounds with the music coming in, and then also with my Rode Me, with me talking into it, addressing you guys as my audience. All right, so here I am with my Rode Me. I'm fed directly into the Synido A30 Live Dock. And one thing I did forget to mention, so if you don't want to mess with the gain adjustments on your mixer, Filmic Pro does have a setting on there where you can say, use auto gain correction. So it will automatically detect a hot incoming signal and reduce that. So we're gonna go ahead and play this track for you guys. And as you can see, I'm getting crystal clean audio, and at the same time, I'm talking to you guys, just addressing y'all, right? The one thing I was mentioning is just be careful, because I have a monitor down here. So depending on how loud your monitor is, you might get some of that, I don't want to say feedback, but maybe some of that weird delay, right? So the one thing about the Me is I don't think there's a way to mute it. I tried pressing the button, I've read the manual, it doesn't seem to say that there is a mute option, to where if I had this here, I could just mute it until I need to talk to you guys, but I don't think there is a mute function. And supposedly this is a royalty-free playlist. Hopefully I don't get flagged for this, but you can see that it's coming in just crystal clear. something I found off of Spotify that I'm just utilizing here. And I'm not saying this is going to be a great mix, guys. I'm just doing this for examples. Trying to quickly bring in another track. There it is. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'm talking directly into the iPhone through the Synido A30 dock. And this is just an amazing way to capture those live mixes, especially if you're at an event, you're like, dude, I would love to just capture me mixing, but not have that ambient room sound. The one thing I hated about my videos, and you'll notice by watching a lot of these other DJs, is when they do a gig log at a wedding, it just sounds very like, is that even a dumb example? But you can't hear the music. All you hear is like deep bass and muffled sound because the speaker is usually far away or whatnot. This is a way to capture that crystal clear audio. And what I want to do is I want to take you, show you still recording, and I'm walking around my garage, totally untethered, right? Let's see if I can capture this. But as you can see here, here's my DJ booth, no wires. So I could actually move the camera angle if I wanted to, right? Get from behind the booth. And here I am. Just an excellent product. And the fact that it has this option for you to have a microphone hooked directly into it, I mean, you could actually, you know what? I wonder if M5 would go into there if you had, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you had the adapter to go to 3.5 millimeter, just go straight into the bottom of the Synido, pick up that M5, and then you can mute it as well. We might have to do that. Let me see what I got. Hold on. So here is what the M5 looks like, hooked directly into the bottom of the A30. I can't believe I actually had that that female XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter. But the fact that it's being held by that phone clamp, that thing's not going anywhere. You can see right there. And you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot that I told you guys there is a mic input volume level here. So we could actually mess with these two buttons. Let me check that out real quick. Check 1 2 2 2 check. All right, so let's mess with these. Check 1 2 check 1 2. I'm down to 0. It looks like right here is where I need to be perfect. So yeah, I was coming in really hot before, but now I'm right about that negative 25. I mean, that should be perfect. Let me go one more and see what happens. Check 1 2 check. I'm a little high there. Check 1 2. What's up, guys? So if I were mixing, I was hype in the moment, I'd probably go down 1. What's up, guys? That sounds pretty good right there, or looks pretty good, should I say. Then again, we're in the mix. We've got music coming through. I'm totally impressed with this system, guys. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this system. Do you think that you will use this for your mixes, for your events? Like I said, charge it up, throw it in your gig bag, get to your gig, set you up something like this with just a tripod and a clamp. Put your phone on there, put your tablet, your iPad, whatever you got. I want to send a huge shout out to Synido for reaching out and sending this I will still use the A20, don't get me wrong, but this whole wireless feature here really has my attention. And now that I know I can actually input the M5 directly into there and talk to my audience while I'm doing this, so awesome. We've got another product that we've got to review very soon. I'm kind of far behind on stuff, guys. They sent this thing out right here, right? This is the VM30 shotgun wireless mic. Got to review this pretty soon. I want to test this out already and see the kind of audio that I can get from this thing. We've got some more stuff coming down the pipe. We've got a Phoenix that just showed up in a huge box. I've got to unbox that and test it, review it, give it to you guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll